last lecture, we have discussed what is MIS, what are its advantages, and how it is useful for organization. Today, what we are going to see how MIS can improve the performance of any organization. So, first of all, uh, what we are going to see is how MIS is related with the performance. How MIS can improve the organizational performance. As we know that MIS means the use of the technology. In the components of MIS, we have seen uh, it contains different components, the users, the input, the hardware, the software, the output. These are the different components. And the common point here is that it means that it uses the technology, different peoples, different process, and gather them together so that it can make a decision on something important topic. So this is how the MIS can be related with the performance. Now, for example, if as we know that MIS is nothing but a digital system that can store, that can retrieve, that can manage the data of any organization. Plus, it can also assign the tasks to different peoples, assign the roles to the different employees. So, if you have up-to-date data related to your customers, means if you have the feedback related to any product, then you can make decisions on time if there is any need of improvement. So, if you make the decisions at the right time, then your performance can ultimately becomes better. Now, this is how it is related with the performance. Now we have different points, how MIS and performance are related with each other. The first one is the data-driven decision. As I mentioned that if you will provide the timely and accurate information, means if your system, the management information system, provide the timely and accurate information, then you will be able to make decisions on that. Means when the manager can access the data which he need to make any report. For example, on the basis of performance of each employee, the manager have to decide a reward for each and every employee. If that system provides the data, daily performance report to the manager, then it will be easy for him to take the decision. So that is what the meaning of the data-driven decision making. Then efficiency and productivity. MIS automates many routine tasks. We have discussed the routine. In the type of information, routine means the tasks that we perform on our daily basis. For example, on daily basis, you assign some tasks manually to your employee, and that tasks are same on every day. So if you automate it, for example, if you uh, uh, say that this is the responsibility of the system from now onwards, the system will automatically assign the tasks to each and every employee. Then what will happen? It will increase the efficiency. It will reduce your manual efforts, means you have to manually on daily basis have to assign each and every task. And if it is done by the system, first thing it is efficient and accurate. Maybe some days you forget to assign tasks to some employees. Maybe sometimes you assign a wrong task. So that can be errors. So, but if it is done by any machine, then it will make no error. Why? Because this is the basic difference between a human and the machine, that the human can make errors, but a machine can't. So that's why in this way, it will increase the efficiency and the productivity. Then the strategic planning means if you want to set your long-term goal related to, we have two types of plannings. We have a long-term plan, and then the second type is the short-term plan. Long-term plan is basically set by the organization, means how many employees they want, how many projects they have to complete, how many products they have to build, everything for a long period of time, means for 5 to 6 years. And we have a short-term plan, means for that is set for barely 1 year or 1.5 year, means you set the how many resources that will be used in this time, how accurately that resource is going to be used, so many things like that. So for making that kind of plan, MIS can be used for making your long-term plan. How? It will provide the historical data, means it will forecast that, predict that if you make this plan for this period of time, this will be consequences that you have to face. So on the basis of that prediction, you set your plans. So that is how MIS can help in making different plans. Then we have resource allocation. What are the resources? Resources are the requirements, the needs of each and every department, or for example, it can be items that can be needed to complete your project. The resources can be anything, like your finance material, like any items or your peripheral devices that can be used for managing different softwares, different hardware is required, different servers are required, the material that required to complete any product, the human resource, the finance, everything include the resources. Now the question is how you will allocate the resources. For example, printer is a basic need that can be important in each and every department. Now you have 6 departments, but the number of printers are 5 or 4. How you will allocate them on the basis of their need? So this is also done by the MIS. It will check the requirement of each and every system. Means, for example, there can be some departments that don't require printer. So it will check that, and according to each and every department need, it will allocate the resources. This is how it is helpful in resource allocation. Then competitive advantage means you have a lot of competitors in the market. Means whatever you launch a product, there is also a similar product already in the market. So how you enable your system to respond to the market changes and the customer need? For example, your system, the MIS you created for your organization, will enables you to make the decisions regarding to the market changes, the user need, and on the basis of that changes, you are going to make decision that what should be my next product that I should be launched. So these are the things that you have to check. This is how MIS is going to help in managing the resources, taking care of the market and the user. So what we are seeing, we are analyzing how the MIS can improve the performance. Clear? Any questions till now? Now the next one is customer satisfaction. If you want to satisfy your customer, means if we take an example here of e-commerce, whenever you order something, after you have confirmed your order, you got a mail from that desired company that with the order number. This is your order number or tracking number. Here you can track at what pace your order is or at what time you will get your delivery. So this is also a function that is provided by MIS, that you can track your customer data. You can get their feedback. You can provide them services. For example, if you take the emails of each and every customer whenever they purchase something, and you store that in your system, and whenever you launch something new, your system will automatically send a mail to them that this is our new launch product, go and check it. So this is how it can improve your customer quality. Then supply chain management. Now here it will manage your supply chain operations like the suppliers relationship, your inventory manage, it will manage your inventory. Is the cost is reducing for the product or not? It will ensure that if the product is available or not. So if you have the timely report about the products, about the item which are in stock and what are out of the stock, then it will ultimately leave a positive impact and it will increase the performance. Then risk management. It will give you the early warnings. For example, uh, MIS will generate the report for each and every system that is used in your company. For example, there might be fault in your some of the system of your company. So it will generate a warning that there is some problem and in 3 or 4 days, the system is not going to work. So please check it. So in this way, it will save you from a major risk or loss. So in this way, this is how the MIS will manage different risks. Then the compliances and governance means it will ensure that your company is working according to the legal laws. It will reduce the risk of any legal issues, means any fines that can ruin the reputation of the company. It will check if there is anything illegal that is performed by any employee or due to something, it can cause you damage or harm. So in this way, it will also take care of that. So these are all the different features, how the MIS can improve the performance of the organization. Then it can also manage your assets. It can also help to manage different assets. Now, what are the things that comes under the assets like the equipments you use? Here, it can be the maintenance of that, as I mentioned, the tools that you provide. All of these things that you mentioned are all related to the equipments or the resources of your organization. So this is the responsibility of the system that it will manage the each and everything. What is your system doing? What are the resources? If there is any damage in the hardware, so it will take care of all of these things. Then asset inventories. Now here it will maintain your all inventory equipments like when you own them. For example, you have purchased a number of systems, PCs. It will take a record of the purchase date, the price, the maintenance date of that item or the system, at what location you purchase that, what is the type of that system, means it will maintain the history or record of each and everything. Then it will also track them. Means, for example, you have ordered some systems or some hardware or service for your organization. So it will track their locations, their movements, if it is valuable for the organization or not, how it is valuable, what are the different locations that are providing these systems, and which location or which company is providing the best one. So it can be used different kind of method like barcode scanning, GPS tracking. So just to track your systems. Then we have work orders. What we are studying here is the managing asset operations. Now here, first thing that we have just seen, how the MIS system manages the system assets and operation. So we have seen the equipments, then we have seen the asset inventory, how managed, then how it track the items. Now we have seen the work orders. Means for the order for each and every maintenance and the repair, as I mentioned, if there is any maintenance that is required on monthly basis, just like your Windows get an update alert after a month or 2 months that restart your system, the window there is a new update for the Windows 10. Similarly, the MIS will generate an alert that this system needs to be repaired or maintained within 1 month or within 2 months or within a day you have to repair. Then it will also keep a record of the maintenance history, means the detail when was the past maintenance done, what was the activities that was done by the system. If it is replaced with a new system, then it will also keep the history of that. So in this way, it will maintain the and keep the maintenance history of all the systems there. Here, then the cost analysis. As I mentioned that with each and every equipment, there is a cost that is associated with that. It can be the maintenance cost, how much energy it will consume, what will be the operational expenses of that. If you need to optimize the cost, for example, you are making a monthly budget for your organization that you include the cost of each and every resources, the salaries of employee. So here, this cost analysis of these equipments can help you to make a monthly budget for your company. Then equipment utilization means how you will help the organization to utilize the resources. For example, there can be some products or system that are not utilized, means underutilization from a very long time. You are not, your different departments are there that don't need that resources. Just like if we take an example, uh, let's take an example of a system. So in the maintenance, for example, the maintenance, your inventory department that is going to keep track of all the records. They don't need a very heavy kind of server or hardware. They just need a normal computer that can store it. So they don't need a multi-function system. So, but your company provides each and every department with high-ended resources like systems. Then with each and every system, there are different peripheral devices, but that department don't need it. So it will keep a track that how many resources are there that are underutilization. And if they're underutilization, it can save your cost for next time for purchasing that item again. Then the retirement and the replacement means if there is some item or equipment that have to be replaced, then it have to be refurnished. So it will also keep a track of that when they have to change, how they have to change. So this will also provide an alert about that. Then the softwares means, for example, there are many software that requires a license key or update after month or 2 months. Like if you have used Internet Downloader Manager, they require a license key after a 1 month trial. So there can be some software whose license can be expired after 1 year or 2 years. So you have to purchase or renew that license again. So the system will keep track of all of this that softwares that require to be relicensed. So it will track all of that software, their installations, their license management, as I mentioned, the cost management, the cost of their renewals, their maintenance, the software license. So everything, it will keep a track of these things. Any questions till now? Then we have user access and permission. Now, there are many different departments in your organization, and according to the authority that is assigned to each and every employee, you set the permission there. Means which department have the permission to access, for example, the sensitive details of the organization can be only viewed by the owner. or the upper management. The employees that are under the management of some manager, they cannot access that sensitive or crucial information of the organization. So on each and every system, you set a check or a permission barrier that the user who have the permission or the user who are authorized, they can only access to that specific software or data. Then we have vendor management. Means it will provide you the information of software vendors. Means the people who develop your softwares, their details, so that if in future, if you want to negotiate for a new software or if you want to renew your license, but the cost is very high, you can contact with them. Or if there is any issue with the current version, you can also contact with them. So this is how you can deal with your vendors. This is how the MIS can manage different assets, different operations of the system. And again, just like the hardware equipments, if the software is retired or want to be replaced, so if it is outdated or if it is not in a use for a very long time, so your MIS will inform you timely that the software is about to retire or outdated. You must have to take any action against that. Then we have different integration with software asset management. Means the tool. For example, you want some specific tool for project management. You want some specific tools to be integrated in your software. So that detail, for example, there can be for managing the project manager requires some management software that should be installed. So it will also provide some specialized tools to integrate with their MIS. Integration means you have built a software. You want some new features in that. Depending upon your requirement. For example, this is a system. For example, if I am running a educational institute and I required a software for managing the finance, managing the student data. But I also, after some time, I want to include a new feature of online attendance. Then I contact that software developer that include this feature in this. This is called the integration, integrating a new feature. Then this feature is also provided by MIS, means the software asset management. It will integrate according to your need. For example, if you want to extend your MIS, then according to your need, it will include that software. Then the disaster recovery and backup. For example, here, just like in your Windows, there is also an option of recovery and backup. Means if you click on that option, you can back up all your sensitive data. If you have any risk that if my hardware can crash, if my system goes down, I might lose that data. To protect yourself from that disaster, you back up your data on daily basis or monthly basis. So similarly, what the MIS will do, it will provide some features like managing the software backup, the disaster recovery plan, to ensure that if in case your software is failed or your system is crashed, then it will provide you an option of recovery that you can easily recover your data. So in summary, we can say that the organization softwares that are provided by MIS can be helpful in for tracking, for optimizing your software assets. So here, first we have seen the equipments, how MIS can manage that equipments. Then we have seen how the MIS manages the softwares.